Hi everybody, Steve LaWarre at Meijer Gardens, and I'm here with another one of my favorite bonsai trees. So let me move over to this side here once. So this one, if I had to pick a favorite tree of all of the trees in our collection, I would probably go to this one. It's kind of like picking your favorite kid, but this is definitely in my top 2 or 3, I think. And this is a Ponderosa Pine. And we started working on this tree as part of the Meijer Gardens collection in 2001. And it was actually in March of 2001. And I always remember that date because I was absent from work the first day that we worked on this tree because my youngest child, Ella, was being born that day. So I never forget the first day we worked on this tree. But Ponderosa pine is great because it's a native species of pine, and it's really associated with American bonsai, really more than, arguably, probably more than any other species. But this Ponderosa pine was collected in the Dakotas. And you may remember a while back that there was a piece that we did on the rings of this tree. And there was a couple of branches that were taken off of this tree that I could count 100 rings on. So I can stand here with a straight face and say that I'll bet that this tree is 300 years old plus, which also makes it really, really special. So Ponderosa pine, and you can see that you know, it's got some pretty large needles. Ponderosa pine would typically have needles that could be 12 or 14 inches long. And when I hold my hand here, I bet these are 3 to 4 inches long right now. So typically in the spring, we would do a little bit of needlework to this tree. There'd be a little bit of bud removal, and some of these older needles would be removed to help continue making those needles smaller and smaller as they grow. But this is a beautiful, beautiful tree, and you can see that the pot that it's in is kind of special as well. This is a pot that we call a Barney Rubble style pot, and it's made by our good friend Dean Bull in Traverse City, who helps us out with our collection on a regular basis. But it really matches the rough, rugged feel of this tree. So as you're looking at bonsai trees, and as you see more and more examples in our virtual bonsai show or other places, there's a couple things I want you to keep in mind as far as what makes a great bonsai tree. And first of all, it has, and this is my opinion only, so there's people out there who are welcome to argue about this. But in my mind, what makes a great bonsai tree is first and foremost, how does it make you feel when you look at it? So does that tree remind you of something that's natural? Does it remind you of a tree that you'd see growing, you know, on that mountain side or hanging off of a cliff or growing somewhere, you know, where nature is throwing everything she has at this tree and it still continues to survive no matter what? So how does that tree make you feel? Also, what's the balance of that tree? And I'm not talking of balance like on a fulcrum where each side is weighed perfectly. I'm talking about natural balance. So does the flow of the tree feel right? Does it feel like it's secure in the pot? Does the tree match the size of the pot? Does it feel like that's correct? So those are a number of different things that you can look at when you're looking at bonsai, and to kind of help determine whether or not that tree is a good bonsai tree or not. Now, there's other things that judges may look for, and I don't worry too much about those kinds of things when we're looking at trees, you know, as guests or as, you know, just for enjoyment, because you could have 3 different judges look at all these trees, and each one of those judges would choose different trees as their blue ribbon winners. But what great bonsai has in common is, you know, you start out with good material, so you have to have something that, you know, it's tough to get great bonsai that you start from seed. Typically it's neglected nursery stock or collected material. And how does that tree make you feel when you look at it? So I hope you're enjoying these, and thanks for watching.